What's up, guys? So today we're going to talk about Amazon FBA seller fees. Now these are the fees that Amazon's charging you to pick and pack their products for them, what they're charging you to sell on their platform, and also we'll talk about storage fees and kind of some membership fees as well, and kind of deep dive into like what kind of eats into your margins when selling on Amazon FBA. Now I will at the end of this video share my #1 tool for doing this kind of work. It's free. A lot of people aren't using it. I don't know why, but it's a must use for figuring out your margins and doing your financials before starting to source a product and starting to sell that product on Amazon. So stay tuned. You're going to want to know what this is. Alright guys, so the first thing we're going to talk about for Amazon FBA fees are the membership fees, right? So there's the individual seller plan, which is $0 a month, but this plan charges you $1 per item sold. So if no matter if the product's $10 you're selling, $30 you're selling, they're going to charge you $1 to sell this product on Amazon for every product you sell on Amazon. But there is 0 membership fees per month. The next account is the professional seller account. Now this has a $40 membership fee you get charged monthly for. It also unlocks some features like advertising and more reports and kind of more on the marketing side as well. And this is what you're going to want if you're a private label seller or just looking to sell more than 40 products, right? Because that's what makes up the $40 membership fee would be 40 items on the individual seller plan. When you're first getting started though, might as well hop on the individual seller plan until your items get into FBA, and then you can always upgrade later. You can also, if you get the professional account right away and say your product doesn't get in for 3-4 months, and you're just paying that $40 a month straight up, you can actually email seller support on Amazon and ask them to refund this amount because you weren't using the professional account. And in 99% of the cases, they will refund you. So that's super cool. If you do just end up getting the professional account right away and you don't end up using it, as you can get a refund. So those are the 2 different accounts there. So next, let's talk about the 2 different ways you can sell on Amazon FBA. Or I guess it would just be Amazon.com. So one is seller fulfilled, also known as FBM, fulfilled by merchant. What this means is you list your product on Amazon still, but instead of them storing your goods, shipping your goods to the customer, when an order comes through Amazon.com, you're going to actually fulfill this order yourself, whether it's from your home, from your warehouse, from wherever. And it kind of saves you that pick and pack fee that Amazon charges to fulfill you. Now, this is okay to start with maybe if you're just kind of testing the product out. There are some huge negatives to doing this. One is you don't have that little Prime badge next to your item, which is what customers love to see. They love to see 2-day shipping. The only way to get that Prime badge and that 2-day shipping is to actually be in Amazon's warehouses where they can pick and pack themselves and ship it to the customer themselves. There also is a disadvantage for ranking boost. So when you're in FBA, when you're a Prime seller, Amazon tends to show these products a little higher up on the pages because they want to sell more of these products because it gives the customer a better experience because they get 2-day shipping. So that leads me into the next way you can sell on Amazon, which is through FBA, Fulfillment by Amazon, where you actually take your goods, pack them up wherever it's from the manufacturer, from your home, from your warehouse. You ship them into Amazon, and Amazon will store these items for you. Then every time someone on Amazon purchases your product, Amazon will, mostly by machines now, will grab your product, get it shipped out to these customers within 1 to 2 days. They're even now getting into 1-day shipping, which is mind-boggling. But definitely you want to start moving into the FBA direction because your ranking boost is huge. Your conversions will be better because you'll be a Prime seller. You have that little badge on there. It'll say 2-day shipping free for all Prime members. So definitely work your way into selling on FBA. Now, When you sell an FBA, I guess the only pro of not selling FBA is the actual FBA fees. But in my opinion, they're worth it. But there's something you should understand and start factoring into your profit margins and kind of getting it all down for your financials. All right, guys. So the biggest factor determines your FBA fees, the pick and pack fees on Amazon when you sell them, is the size tier, right? And there's so many different size tiers. Just hopping in here, we got small standard size, we got large standard size, we got small oversized, medium oversized, and large oversized. Now, what's important to take away here is, don't worry about, all 6 of these categories here if you're including special oversized. Really start to look at the difference between standard size and oversized, because the biggest determination of the fees is between this gap, small oversized, and large standard size. So we definitely, if able, keep our products under 20 pounds, the longest side being 18 inches, the medium side being 14 inches, and the shortest side being 8 inches. Now, when getting estimates from your supplier, ask them what kind of product packaging does this come in. What are the dimensions? What's the size? Is there any way to make it smaller if you need to get it into the standard size? That's very important because if we hop into the next page here, I can show you what I'm talking about. So these are for standard size fees. So we got different product tiers within the standard size. So we got 10 ounces or less, 10 to 16 ounces, 10 ounces or less, but large standard size, so it's a little bigger. In the dimension size and large standard size here. So this is usually the typical size of a standard size product, about $328 in fees. The second common one would be this one at $476. So there is a big difference here, just getting over that 16 ounce mark, to that 1 to 2 pounds. But sometimes, this shouldn't deter you from getting a product that works. That's just a pound heavier. $1.50. You do have to take that into account. That's why I'm showing you this stuff to you guys, so you can understand, it does eat into your margins, and so you can do the math and do the financials, figure out your profit margin before you actually make your first FBA order, which is so important because you don't want a product, that has 10-20% margins landed, and you only knew that because you ordered it and you're selling it now. But if you would have just done the math beforehand, you would have been like, nope, that's not the product for me. Let's go ahead and look for another one that's got up to 30% profit margins. So moving on here, again, standard size around $328 per product there. So we look into oversized now. This is for oversized. This is when you get over that 20-pound mark and 18 inches by 14 inches by 8 inches. That's when you get over that and you get into the oversized category. Just by the small oversized, it's $8.26 per item shipped. Okay, plus an additional $0.38 per pound above the first 2 pounds. So if it's over 2 pounds, which if you got a big product, right, that's bigger than the dimensions I listed before, it's most likely going to be over that 2 pound mark, and it's going to add additional cost. Now you see that big difference between $8.26 and $3.28. That's about $5, $4.98 to be specific. So that's going to be your big, jump, right, between FBA fees. So if you can, right, definitely try to keep your product in standard size just for that reason alone. Again, this is circumstantial, right? Say you find an oversized product, and even with the fees, you're going to be at 40% margins. Okay, you're in a different world than someone else, right? Than most people. You found an outlier, and you should take advantage of it, of course. But in most cases, that $5 jump in price, for FBA fees is going to break a product for someone. So definitely be aware of this. Definitely do the math for this. Come back to this video if you have to, and look at these fees again and kind of figure out how they work. At the end here, I'll show you a quick, easy way to always see if a product's oversized or standard size too. So hang tight for that one. So the next thing you want to look at is the Amazon referral fees. So we talked about membership fees, whether we do the individual account or we do the professional account. And now we're talking about getting your product into FBA just because we get that ranking boost and you get an advantage and better conversions with that little prime label on our product listing. Now we're gonna, and then we just talked about obviously the FBA fees associated with that, and how that works, right, based on the product size. Now we're gonna talk about the Amazon referral fee. Amazon takes a cut of every purchase, no matter the weight, right? So they charge you for shipping the product, and they charge you for using Amazon.com, and charging you for the traffic essentially. And this is just part of the game. We're leveraging Amazon's traffic and huge customer base, so we're kind of playing by their rules, which I'm okay with. We just got to understand the numbers and figures. So moving on, we're going to look at the fees associated to each category, right? So in most cases, fees like home and garden, kitchen are going to be at 15%. So if your product is $10, right? You sell it for $10. Amazon's going to charge you $1.50 for selling that product on Amazon. Now that's why we also, and I'll preach this, that's why you want a higher price point for your product, right? So, $30, in the FBA fees associated, those fees aren't going to affect you as much. You're going to have a higher profit margin, where $10, you got the FBA fees, which, are pretty fixed, and then the referral fee on top of that, if you're selling a product at $10, is really going to hurt you. But we can look in here. Again, this is just on Amazon.com, the seller support. Amazon device accessories, you probably won't be selling these, but 45%, which is crazy. Books, 15%. Camera and photo, 8%. Cell phone devices, 8%. Consumer electronics, 8%. Electronic accessories, they got different tiers here, which is kind of cool. And then I'll keep going down. You see most of these are about 15%, and that's what you should, kind of be expecting for that. Now, always go and double check though, right? You see some outliers here, like 17% for clothing and accessories, so they're charging a little more for those. Gift cards, 20%, which, we're private label products here. We're not really selling gift cards. Industrial and scientific is 12%, which is kind of cool because that's a pretty broad category. And you could probably get your product in there, pretty easily, if depending on the product, of course. But it's pretty broad. So definitely be aware of this. Again, come back to this video if you need to look around and see. Also, just Google Amazon referral fees per category, and that will help you get there too. If you ask me down in the comments too, if you want these links, just go comment down below, and I'll post these links down below for you and get them all in one spot for you, so no problem there. So also be wary of that. So the last thing I want to talk about before moving on to the tool I'm talking about to kind of estimate your profit margins and kind of get a real sense of what you'll be paying Amazon before you make your first order, which is so important to do the math beforehand, guys, and can keep your profit margins up that way. And that's monthly inventory storage fees. Now, this is based on volume by cubic feet. So we're looking on here, from months January to September, which is in seller terms, this is Q1 to Q3, quarter 1 to quarter 3. It is 0.69 per cubic feet for standard size. For oversize, it's 48 cents per cubic feet. Why it's cheaper there? It's kind of like buying bulk, right? Because your oversized products are going to have a lot bigger, or I guess I should say a lot larger volume, and so they're going to take up a lot more space. So you're actually getting charged more because it goes by cubic foot. So you're pretty much just getting a discount by bulk. Is why you see a cheaper price for oversized. And then during Q4, which is very, very important to know, is the prices skyrocket for Q4, right? Because there's so many goods being sold on Amazon during this, and they want to protect their storage space and not have you have excess goods in there. So it's $2.40 per cubic feet, and then $1.20 per cubic feet for oversized. Now, what to take into account here is to run lean, right? Don't have too much excess storage in Amazon during this time. You can also get into contact with a 3PL, which is a third party, a place where they store your goods. It's a lot cheaper than Amazon during this time if you find the right one, and then you could just sit there and contact them, and they'll put in products into Amazon for you as you kind of need them. So it kind of keeps your inventory levels low in Amazon, which is important. Another way when you're first getting started, what we did when we first got started, we kept the products at our home, or in our garage, in our closet, kept the boxes in there, and we just shipped them in. You obviously can make a FBA shipment very easy on Amazon, and they're super cheap because they partner with UPS, so you can send a box in for like $7, in multiple boxes, for $30-$40. So that was worth it to me to keep my inventory low at that time. As you get bigger and bigger and bigger and just want to scale, then kind of look into the 3PL and get into a separate warehouse other than Amazon to kind of help you take that burden off your shoulders and let you scale a little bit further. But going back, okay, so we just talked about inventory storage fees and kind of how to combat that. Again, I'm just letting you know to be aware about this, to factor this into your before factor in before you get a product into Amazon here. So another fantastic tool that I think is underused, it's free, and it's the Amazon FBA Calculator. Now, you just type in FBA Calculator, it's going to pop up Seller Central here because Amazon actually put this on for you. You can select your country here. It's just use it, US, Canada, Mexico. I'm sure there's different ones for the European countries, Japan, Australia. So you type this in by ASIN, right? Or you can actually just type in a product name. So say you want to, what's a good example here? A garlic press, right? So we're looking at garlic presses here. We found the one that we want to sell, right? Again, you can go onto Amazon here. Go to garlic press here, and we can literally click. This is the top seller, right? This is the one we're about to sell. So we click that. We're going to go into, grab this ASIN right here. And we're going to, instead of looking up this way, we want to be more precise. So we type the ASIN here. We search. It retrieved this product, right? So it's got its package dimensions right here. It's got its unit weight right here. So this would actually fall into that small standard size, which is on the cheaper side. But if say you didn't know this information on the top of your head based on dimensions, we can go in here and say we want to sell it at $10.99, just like that guy. Ship to Amazon. That's just if you want to project your fees to ship to Amazon, you can do this here. I put 0 in for right now. The cost of the product, say it's $2 to sell it or to buy it from the manufacturer. You hit calculate, right? And then you get selling on Amazon fees. So this is the referral fee. This is that 15% I was talking about for, I believe this product's in home and kitchen. So $1.65 they're going to charge you here. And then fulfillment by Amazon fees, the FBA fees is $3.32. So we're in that, let's see here, $3.32. So we're kind of in this range here. Not sure where that extra 4 cents go. That might be coming from, let's see here. Yeah, okay, that's where it's coming from. So fulfillment fee is $3.28, like I just showed you there. And then the monthly storage is a 4 cents. They're just calculating the monthly storage you're going to have in there for you too. So that's why we're off by 4 cents there. But it just kind of gives you an idea of the storage fees as well. And then cost of product, $2, which they just minus from the seller proceeds, which is $6.02. And they give us a net profit of $4.02, which is at 36.58%. Now, why this is so cool, guys, is because when you're doing product research and you know the product you want to sell, essentially, you find a product, maybe you can improve on it, make it a little bigger, so you got to factor that in with the numbers I've been showing you in the graphs and things like that. But if you have a good idea, it's like, no, I want to sell this product, I'm just going to make it with a better handle or a better material. And so it's going to be roughly the same size, same weight. So you can go in here, just use that competitor's ASIN and compute what your fees are going to be. Now this is huge, so you can see your margins beforehand, right? So the next thing you want to take into account here the next step would be to calculate your shipping fees, right? What's it going to cost, to ship your product from China to the USA? But you should be doing that anyways while talking to manufacturers, right? Because you need to find this cost of product price to even do this. So you need to go, talk to your manufacturers. What's it going to cost to buy this product? What's it going to cost to ship this product, whether it's from your manufacturer shipping it for you or it's a separate freight forwarder, which either one works at the beginning. So definitely get those two numbers here, before you do this. But this is the last piece of the puzzle to kind of figure out what your real profit is, guys. So I hope you know how cool this is, how important this is, because you have to know your fees. You have to know your profit margin before you make that first purchase. It's all about minimizing risk. And doing the math and doing the work up front is minimizing the risk of you finding a dead product or finding a product that has 5-10% profit margins when you get it on Amazon, and it's just not worth it at that point. And you could lose a lot of money this way. It's a very expensive investment. So hope you know how important that is. I hope you guys got some great tips of kind of figuring out your margins and knowing the FBA fees associated with selling on Amazon. If you like this video, smash that like button for me, guys. Comment down below. Tell me I'm doing a good job, which kind of seems maybe a little conceited or need a little attention there. But it just tells me that I'm doing okay on these videos, to keep making more, to let me know that these videos are valuable. So that's what that does for me, guys. Also, if you want more videos, also you can subscribe, hit that little notifications button, so you know every time I put out a new video, new content, and help you guys sell more products on Amazon and be successful. So thanks, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you on the next one.